What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, I have Crypto Kid with me. He's going to give his opinion on the current market situation. First of all, Crypto Kid, how are you doing, my man?
I am doing awesome, Andy. Thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure. There's a lot of stuff that we need to talk about for Bitcoin. And also, I have some topics which I'm very passionate about that I need to share with your audience. One thing that I'm going to share, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. It may be like an elephant in the room where it's pretty obvious, but people just don't realize it enough. So that's the first thing that I'm going to talk about. And the second thing is Fed now. And of course, we're going to look into Bitcoin, the aftershocks of FOMC. So everyone, stay tuned until the end of this video. Super important. And smash up the like button for Andy because he's just a legend and he deserves it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, absolutely. And go and check out Crypto Kid. He's always, posting videos every single day. Great information. His channel is absolutely exploding. You got the link down below, guys, to follow him. His information is absolutely extremely valuable. So yeah, man, tell me, what is the aftermath after the FOMC meeting? What is the current market situation? Give a little bit of your opinion, share charts, share anything.
Let's do it.
Anything that you got here that's valuable for the community.
Sure, man. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Let me know. Okay, perfect. So let's have a look on the chart. So this is the weekly chart for Bitcoin. And the FOMC yesterday was unfortunately very boring. In my opinion, nothing very important was said. It was the same as the last FOMC conference. Therefore, the stock market and Bitcoin wasn't affected that much. So I'm going to ignore FOMC effects in the immediate short term because it's pretty much the same. However, in the macro scale, we did see a 25 basis point increase. Now, what does this mean, right? What does this mean? This affects the market a lot, actually, because banks are in incredible amounts of negative. So their balance sheets have been in the negative for at least the past couple of months. I mean, we've seen major bank failures such as SVB, First Republic Bank, etc. And this is because bank balance sheets are in massive, massive negatives. Now, the reason for this is actually, I'm going to stop sharing because I want you can see my beautiful face while I talk about this.
Absolutely.
The banks have been in massive negatives. And the reason for this is because most banks took a very risky business model. After COVID, a lot of the big banks, they invested in bonds that relied heavily on interest rates. And in simple terms, when the interest rates began to increase, right, these bonds began to lose tremendous amounts of value. Of course, if I go to the bank today and deposit money, the bank doesn't just keep my money there and give me interest for free. They take that money, they invest it elsewhere, and with the money they make, they then give me the interest rates that I get from depositing my money, but they make much more money than I actually do. So that's the situation. And what they did was they took our money and invested it mostly into bonds that relied heavily on the performance of interest rates. Nobody was expecting that interest rates were going to increase this rapidly after COVID. So after we saw this massive interest rate hikes, now we're actually at 2008 levels. I think even higher. We're at a 22-year high. These bonds lost massive amounts of value. So this caused SVB, First Republic Bank, and multiple other banks to, get very financially impacted from the situation, therefore causing customers to be worried. So we had bank runs. People took out their money, and it caused SVB and First Republic Bank to collapse. So as interest rates go up even higher, this is the point that I'm trying to get at. As they continue to increase, more bigger banks will actually start to get into trouble. And once this happens, right, we saw this already happen. Once SVB collapsed, Bitcoin saw a massive move towards the upside. So in the next FOMC meeting, they expect that they're going to raise the interest rates once again. In fact, yesterday, the Fed chair mentioned that rate cuts will only happen next year. So if they continue to raise them by the end of this year, I think more banks will go under pressure. And Bitcoin, alongside the 2024 halving, can see a massive move towards the upside. That's what I think for macro analysis. However, for the short term, right? For the short term, I'm going to share my chart once again. We're still in an uptrend on the weekly time frame, right? Bitcoin is still trading in an uptrend, which is perfect, right? Because this is giving me hope. We formed a higher high a few weeks ago. We came up to $800. We went above that prior swing highs, $31,000, and we created a higher high. This gave me personally a lot of hope because we're still keeping this bullish uptrend on the weekly. So we found our higher high already, but the market is searching for the next higher low. And my prediction was that we would first come down to $28,800, which we did very successfully. As you can see, this wick almost perfectly retested that level. So I've mentioned this on my channel for the past couple of weeks because we did have a bearish divergence on the weekly and daily RSIs. As you can see over here, we had a high, then a low, compared to a low, then a high. So this move was expected. So the next move that I think is, right, if we break below this 28,800, then I think the market can come back down to between $27,400 and $27,700. If we don't see a reversal. So this candle here looks like a hammer candle, actually. We could reverse and form a double top. That's also possible. But if we break down from this level, then it's going to be terrible, right? Then we lose this uptrend on the weekly, and then we can crash down to maybe $25,000. But the last thing that I'm going to tell before I've spoken a lot. I'm so sorry, Andy. I really do apologize.
It's all great information, man. Keep rolling.
Thank you so much.
Keep rolling.
Thank you so much, man. So if we do actually, not after, I'm not going to say after, hopefully after we break above $31,000, once again with confirmation, then the next target for this massive ascending triangle, if we see that break towards the upside, is I believe going to be $40,700, but I'm just going to make sure that that is right. So there we go. Okay, that's the target, $40,700. So we must break above $31,000. We must get above this red box range of $32,000 with confirmation to go to 40.7K. And of course, if you're wondering what is this red range, it's actually very important previous support and resistance on Bitcoin's weekly time frame. As you can see, we actually did find support right over there, here, and then we came down back again, right, on the 31st of January last year. And then we also found resistance too on the 16th of May. So that's why this level is super important. But Andy, I'm so sorry. I spoke like a madman for around 10 minutes straight, but that is my full comprehensive technical analysis.
That was absolutely great information, man. Never's enough, right? So much information out there.
So much.
Yes. So absolutely phenomenal. Really thank you for your perspective on the price action and what could happen. But yeah, absolutely, that $32,000 range. I mean, if we get that solid breakout from that level, I think the market's going to go crazy. We can go to $35,000, $40,000 and maybe even higher. I think there's
inshallah, bro.
Yeah. We need a kind of a bear market, massive hype, right? And I think we're just on our way into it. So also I think there's also accumulation happening at this range. So there's not really big selling pressure at this area. This is basically why we're consolidating so much at this range, because there's no selling pressure. Nobody wants to sell at these levels still. So yeah, I mean, totally agree with your analysis. Crypto Kid, thank you very much. I can see, you're in a beautiful place right now, chilling. So
yeah, man, I'm in my swimming trunks. I'm gonna head over to the beach after our video on my channel. So make sure to go over to Crypto Kid, turn on the notification bell if you want to see Andy's analysis rather than mine, because I know I'm a bit rushy. I fit everything into one video. So Andy, I'm sure we'll have much better TA. So jump over to my channel to watch Andy's analysis.
Thank you, Crypto Kid. Guys, the deal. We've got his link down below in the description to follow his channel. Great information as always. Crypto Kid, have a great time. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Take care, everyone. Love you guys. Bye-bye.